Hi everyone, so today's project we are going to set up a large format Zoom meeting, and what we need, or what we're using for this rather, is a Mackie DL32R and a laptop, and we are using the 32R to take all the audio from the large room that we're using and convert that audio into the Zoom session, and then out of the Zoom session and back into the room. So anybody in the remote Zoom session can speak into their microphone on their computer, be heard through the room, and not feedback, which is the big kicker, is to not get it to feedback. That's the real difficult part. And the way we do this is through both the software on the laptop and the software on the DL32R. So here we have the interface for the DL32R. I can get it to stand up there. And there's our DL32R in the rack. And we have USB coming out of the DL32 going into the laptop. All right, that's an important part. And then we need to reconfigure this guy to support that USB. And we need to configure this guy to support the USB. So we're doing two things. First, we have to go to our input mixer. Normally we have it set to here. We're going to go to our configuration mixer. We're going to go to USB. And then we need to take and set the main feeder right and left to be attached to a specific channel. And this is what stumped me for the longest time. I'm going to set that to USB 27 and 28. They come in pairs into the laptop. And I'm going to set the main feeder right and left out into that. So that's the key. And you set those just by tapping and turning those on. So you're effectively connecting right and left feeder into USB 26 and 28. Now on the laptop, you would come in and you would select that microphone. There we go. Computer's acting a little slow. You come up and you select that USB microphone in of 27 and 28, which pairs up to the main feeder out, 27 and 28. Okay, so that means anything going into the microphones in the room is going to come out of the main feeder into USB 27, 28, and then into the laptop in your Zoom session. Then you need to have the Zoom session going out back to the mixer, and I have it going out on 5 and 6. So on this guy, if I look here to my main feed lines and I come to 5 and 6, we're going to see those set to USB instead of the mic feed. Okay, so that's the other important piece. 5 and 6 are tied to USB. So I've turned those on to USB. So any audio that is picking up is going to be coming from the USB port, which we have the USB port set to go out on 5 and 6. So that gives us anybody talking in the remote Zoom session is going to come into the laptop, go out USB 5 and 6, come in to here USB, and then into the room. So anybody here in the room talks, it'll come out, it'll go in to the Zoom session. People on the remote Zoom session will be able to hear. And anybody on the remote session, when they talk, it will come in through this way, and people in the room will be able to hear. And because it's all instantaneous, since this is connected through a USB, it's all part of the same system, the built-in feedback in the Zoom program will prevent any feedback from occurring. So even though we have speakers in the room that are making noise and microphones in the room that are picking up that noise, Zoom is filtering that out and preventing any feedback from that. So that gives us our full two-way communication through a Zoom session, and it does seem to work pretty well. When I first tried to do this, I had like an iPad plugged into one of the inputs, and that iPad was connected to the Zoom session so that the people in the room could hear what was going on in the Zoom session. But it was enough of a delay, even just a millisecond, that I would get feedback. Having this directly connected through USB eliminated all that, and it gives me a good, usable room audio. And that is all there is to it. I can start a Zoom session now, we can have that all working. Everybody can hear. And we are good to go. And what I also did here, if we move this back for a second, I have a Camlink USB to HDMI adapter, and that's how I'm running the video from my session, just out of a regular camera, HDMI out into that Camlink, which this will recognize as a video input source, and that'll allow me to have my Camlink video input. And then, of course, I can stream straight to YouTube from this Zoom session. So my meeting that I'm broadcasting, I can put right on YouTube and then just post a link onto our website. Just that simple.